Hello, everyone. We are about to embark on Holy Week. So this Sunday is Palm Sunday, and so that's going to be the theme of our lesson today. So the story of Jesus's arrival to Jerusalem is told in each of the four Gospels, and I am going to start today by reading Matthew's version. So this is chapter 21, verses 1 through 11. As Jesus and his followers were coming closer to Jerusalem, they stopped at Bethphage at the hill called the Mount of Olives. From there, Jesus sent two of his followers and said to them, "Go to the town you can see there. When you enter it, you will quickly find a donkey tied there with its colt. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone asks you why you are taking the donkeys, say that the master needs them and he will send them at once." This was to bring about what the prophet had said. "Tell the people of Jerusalem, your king is coming to you. He is gentle and riding on a donkey, on the colt of a donkey." The followers went and did what Jesus told them to do. They brought the donkey and the colt to Jesus and laid their coats on them, and Jesus sat on them. Many people spread their coats on the road. Others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The people were walking ahead of Jesus and behind him, shouting, "Praise to the Son of David. God bless the one who comes in the name of the Lord." So, you know the story. And, it's a story about celebration. People that were gathered to celebrate Jesus' arrival. But they were also celebrating his journey because, as you know, this ride of the donkey into the city was just the last part of a very long journey that Jesus had taken. And this celebration isn't during Passover once he's entered the city. The celebration talked about here is while he was still traveling along the road. And the people laying down their cloaks and the palm leaves upon the way in front of him. I see this as a celebration of the journey itself. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit more today. So generally, we're pretty good at celebrating our accomplishments. We don't always do it, and sometimes we actually should do it more. But if there's something notable that happens, then we usually mark it in some way. So think about winning a swim meet, for instance. There's awards given out, maybe a celebratory dinner where all the families come, or when someone gets a new job, or maybe retires from work entirely, friends might take them out to dinner or even throw them a party. So these big momentous accomplishments we tend to celebrate. And also, we live in such a fast-paced world, a world in which instant gratification is often prioritized, and it's all about getting that thing or reaching that place, getting the new job, winning that meet, retiring. I don't know why I'm stuck on that today. Busy week at work, I guess. So it's all about getting there. It's getting that end goal and getting to that end goal as fast as possible. But that really means we're just rushing through life because the reality is that while the milestones and achievements and getting to those goals, that's important, but they aren't the bulk of what our life is made up of. Most of our lives, we're working towards these accomplishments, and most of the time we are on that journey. And if we only focus on and celebrate the achievements, we're missing out on so much. So instead, we need to exercise some patience, not always just look for that instant gratification and be focused on that goal, but take the time to pause as we work towards our goals and to look around and just acknowledge where we are and celebrate those little moments in between. By taking that time to pause and reflect, we can gain a much better understanding of the journey we are on and of ourselves. So apparently there's this phone app or computer program that will once in a while shout out to you, "Pay attention." And I haven't been able to find it myself, but I heard such thing existed. But I wish I could find it because I think this is something that we all need. Reminders to pay attention because that's what we need to do. So in the midst of our progress towards our goals, we need to just stop and look around and just celebrate where we are in that very moment. Even if we haven't yet reached our goal, just pause to look around at where we are right then and say, maybe this isn't where I ultimately want to go, but you know what? This right here, right now, this is pretty cool too. And because it's part of the journey that to get where I want to go. So let's celebrate the journey itself for all that it is and all the wacky paths that our journey might take us along down the way. So I want to end with a short meditation about Palm Sunday. Kind of switching gears a little bit. Palm Sunday is found whenever we are serving a noble and unpopular cause with selfless devotion, holding to the ideals of truth and justice. Whenever we are seeking to uplift the fallen, to comfort the brokenhearted, to strengthen and encourage the weak and hopeless. Whenever we are working bravely and persistently in the face of abuse and criticism to establish more equitable relations in the world. And whenever we are sacrificing our lives in behalf of what we believe to be the service of love for all humanity. That is Palm Sunday. So happy Palm Sunday, and I hope to see many of you this week.